Hello everybody. Unfortunately, we weren't able to have ag in the classroom this year, so me and some of my buddies decided we were going to videotape us doing some agriculture type things and explain them to you just so you can really have that experience. Today I'm going to teach you how to do a simple braid, or in some countries they call it a plait. A plait is an individual section of a braid. So I'm going to teach you the very basic braid, and we're going to do it here on Double D's tail. So I'm going to slide back to his hip so he can feel me. So I'm in a safe spot right here. I'm going to pull his tail to the side, and then we're going to run a brush through it. So when you're running a brush through a large, long section of hair, you don't always want to start at the top, because then you'll create knots as you go down. So what we do is we start at the bottom, brush through it a little bit, work our way up a little bit, brush through, come up a little bit more, and go the whole length of the tail. So I'm going to put my brush here. When you're starting your plait, you always want to start it below the tail bone. So this is an extension of their spine, so they have vertebrae in there. And this is the end of his tailbone right here. So we're going to start our braid just after that. So when you're starting a braid, you always want to make sure you separate it into 3 chunks. So we're going to run it out and get our chunk there. And you want to make your chunks pretty equal in size so you have a nice even braid. So those look pretty even to me. And for the simple braid, what you're going to do is you can start with either your left hand or your right hand, but you'll go right over middle and then left over middle, and then right over middle and left over middle. So you're always pulling your outside piece and putting it over your middle strand. So you'll see as we pass through that these sections change hands and change location. So I'm going to start right hand over middle, and then I'll go left hand over middle. Now I go right hand over middle again, left hand over middle, and then I'll just do that all the way down. And see, my chunks are even because I have pretty good even sized plates. So this is one plate right here. There's another, there's 3. So it's every time you go around and you end up back where you started. So it's a right over middle, left over middle, right over middle, left over middle. And you just keep working your way all the way down until you have about 6 or 7 inches of hair left. And so that looks about good to me. Got about 6 or 7, 8 inches hair left. So what I'm going to do is I'm using an old headband, and that's what I like to use when I tie up my horse's tail. And so you're just going to tie it up like you normally would. Twist, pull through, twist, pull through. Probably do one more twist, pull through. And then I just like to make sure that it's sitting even. I didn't lose any flyaways. And there we are. And that's how you do a simple braid on your horse's tail. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Hi guys, I'm going to be talking to you about bumps today. So we have 3 bumps right now, and this one is a twin. So when that happens, a cow has 2 babies, so we call them a twin. And we usually try to pull them off so that the cow doesn't have 2 babies to worry about, and usually they only want 1 anyway. And then this one right here
My name is Izzy, and I'm going to be showing you how to groom your horse for a daily ride. This is Cap. This is my horse. And I'll go ahead and show you our brushes, and then how to do it, why we use them, and why we do what we do. This is my horse Cap. He is a bay roan. He is a quarter horse draft, and he's just a little bit dirty. He's 11 years old, and so we're gonna brush him out today. Brushes we have are a rubber curry comb, a body brush, and a face brush. Rubber curry comb is to get all the dirt, and you'll see hair come out because they're shedding a little bit. The body brush is to get that surface, the dirt that you just brought up with the curry comb out. And then a face brush is to really just get the rest of the dirt off and use on their face. It's soft enough so you can use it on their face. I don't suggest using that on their face. And then later on we'll get to picking out their hooves. I'm going to go ahead and start with the curry comb brush, and we're going to use it in a circular motion to get up all the hair and dirt. If you can't tell, there's hair coming up, and there's some dirt flying off as I do this. And that's good. That's what we want. Gotta remember to do both sides. And the legs. The legs are a little harder with this brush, but see all the hair? Yeah, we'll get that off with our body brush. This is our body brush, and we're just going to use it like a normal brush and just stroke with the hair. And it's taking all the hair off and all the dirt down the legs. Alright, when we're brushing, we're going to use our face brush. Now with this brush, you're still going to go towards the hair, but you're going to do it in a flicking motion to get all the dirt off. There you can see dirt and hair flying off. Just to get them a little more clean, just to get a little more dirt and hair off. So when you saddle them, the dirt and everything isn't bugging them, isn't rubbing and hurting them or anything. And then after you're done with the body, you can go to the face, do little light strokes on the face, neck, chest. Before we ride, we use a hoof pick. This is used to dig out all the dirt and rocks out of our horse's feet. It's kind of like if you have a rock or something in your shoe and you want to get it out. That's what we do. We do it for the horses because they can't do it themselves. So I'm going to demonstrate that. And yeah, take our hoof pick. We're going to go over, let him know you're there. Say, hey Cap, I'm here. You go down his knee, down to his pastern, and you got to lift it up. And then you got to just start digging. Make sure you get everything out. And then you let it down. And you do it on all 4 feet. And that is how we groom our horses for like a daily ride. So, hope you guys enjoyed.
Hello, today I'm going to be talking about identifying different cattle breeds.
The first thing you need to know is that there's two different types. There's dairy cows and there's beef cows. Beef cattle are used to produce meat products, while dairy cows are used to make dairy products. So we're going to start with the top 5 beef breeds. The first one is Angus, which they are an all black steer. The second is Charolais, which they are cream colored. Hereford is number 3 with a red body and a white underbelly. Then I have Simmentals, where they are multicolored, typically white and another color. And the last one we have Texas Longhorn, which they are known for their colorful hides and their long horns. Now going into the dairy breeds. For the first dairy breed we have Holsteins. Holsteins are a black and white cow. Next we have Jerseys, which Jerseys are just a tan color. Then we have Ayrshires, where they are a white and red. Brown Swiss are brown colored cows, while Dairy Shorthorns are a red and white speckled cow. A fun fact about Dairy Shorthorns is there's also beef Shorthorns, so that's why they're called Dairy Shorthorns. These last photos are just photos that I thought were cute and fun that I'd like to share.
Hi guys, so my name is Kayla Hay and I'm an equine major at CWC, and today I'm going to be talking to you about horses and colors and markings on them. So let's go ahead and I'll show you some horses today and we'll get started. This is Rudy, and Rudy is your classic example of what a bay horse will look like. Rudy has a brownish red body color and he has black points on his legs and his nose, and then also on his ears. Now additionally, besides having the black legs and nose and ears, he has the black mane and tail, and these are characteristic traits of a bay horse. So bay horses again have the reddish brown body color, and it can be different various shades of reddish brown, and then they'll have the black points and black mane and tail. So this is Sunny, and Sunny is what we call a palomino. So palominos have a golden body color, and then they have either a cream colored or a white colored mane and tail. Sunny also has some other markings on her. She's got a stocking on her left back leg, so rather than a sock, it comes up a little bit higher, so we classify that as a stocking. And then she's got a sock on her right back hoof, above her right back hoof, and then she's got another sock here on her left front hoof. She's also got a blaze on her face. It's just a large white stripe running down her face, which we consider a blaze. So this horse is what we call a buckskin, and he's actually more of what they call a buttermilk buckskin. A lot of buckskins have a very golden color, but he is more of the lighter color buckskin. Buckskins are characterized by their kind of tannish colored body coat, and they also have kind of the black points like a bay horse would have, but they are going to have black legs and a black mane and a black tail. Now, to differentiate between a buckskin horse and a dun horses will have a dorsal stripe that runs down their spine, whereas buckskins do not have the dorsal stripe that runs down their spine. So this is Scout. She's another color buckskin. So she's more of the golden color of buckskin, and she's laying down right now not because she's sick, but because horses like to rest during the day. They have to have usually 1 to 2 hours of lying down rest during the day, because they can sleep standing up, but they usually only sleep for very, very short amounts of time when they're sleeping standing up. So they need a lot of good solid rest time during the day where they will fully lay down and fully rest. But again, like I said, Scout's another buckskin, and she has a little bit of white on one of her back hooves, but you can see she has a sock here on her front leg, and she doesn't have any facial markings. Of course, Willie's a really nice mare. If you look at her face, she's got a star on her head, and then she's got a sock on her foot. So a star is just some kind of marking kind of right in the center of the forehead, and it's usually like circular in shape, or sometimes it might be like shaped like an actual, more like an actual star. And then we know this is actually a little less than a sock because it comes below her fetlock joint on her back hoof. Now, let's talk about Willie's color. So Willie is what you consider a brown horse. In summer, she may appear black from a distance, but Willie is going to be considered brown because she has this lighter marking around her nose, and then also around her joints she's got some lighter brown. This leads us right into Vixen. So Vixen is what we call a red roan. So if you look at Vixen, Vixen has a blaze down her face, and a blaze is just a thick white line that runs basically from their forehead down their nose. And then if you come to this side of Vixen, you can see that Vixen has a longer sock than what Willie does. Hers comes up, hers comes up a little bit further above the fetlock joint, and she has a more full sock than what Willie does. Now, Vixen is a red roan, and what a roan horse is a roan horse has white hairs mixed in with another solid color. So that's why she looks like she is multiple colors across her body, is because she has white hairs mixed in. The horse we're talking about is another roan horse. Raven is what you would call a bay roan. So we already talked about what a bay horse is. Now a bay roan has the dark leg markings. They have like a black mane and tail and black legs typically. And then they've also got the dark face. But you can see that Raven has a star on her forehead, and she's also got 2 white socks on her back legs. And it's kind of interesting, Raven is a broodmare, and all of Raven's babies actually carry the trait of the white back socks through all of her babies. So this is Chinook, and Chinook is another bay roan. She's just slightly different colored than what Raven is. Raven's lighter, and Chinook is more of a darker colored bay roan. Okay, so this is Tatoes, and Tatoes is another kind of roan. He's a blue roan, and what a blue roan is they are technically a black horse with white body hairs mixed in through that black. Tatoes is a really dark blue roan, but he is a typical blue roan, and a lot of people will call bay roans blue roans because they have that lightish gray to like black color in their coat. But if they have any points of brown, whether it be on their limbs or in their armpits or on their muzzle, they cannot be considered a true blue roan. They have to have all black points on their body. So this is Jet. Jet's a paint horse, and he's got a lot of various things going on with him. So Jet is what we call a Groya Tobiano paint. And what Tobiano means when we're talking about paint horses is it looks like if you took a can of paint that the paint was dumped from overhead onto their back and came downwards. So Jet is what the color that we call Groya, where he's not white, and Groya is signified, it's kind of a brownish gray color. And he also has a dark dorsal stripe. That's another characteristic of Groya horses, that they have a dark dorsal stripe like dun horses. Now, something else that Jet has as far as markings is he has a stripe going down his face, which starts right at his forehead and comes down, and then he also has a snip on his muzzle. Okay, so this is Cowgirl, and she's another paint horse. Cowgirl is what they consider a tricolor dun paint horse. She's dun because she has a dorsal stripe on her back here, which you can see it runs down to her tail. And then here on her legs, she's got these zebra striping kind of marks where the brown part of her is. So those are both characteristic markings on a dun horse, are the zebra stripes on the legs and then the dorsal stripe going down the back. She's called a tricolor dun because she is both brown, white, and she also has black markings. So you can see she's got like some little black marks around her feet, And then she's also got, you know, like black in her mane and forelock as well. That's it for today on our lesson of colors. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Good morning, guys. My name's Shayna Solon, and today I'll be doing a lesson on how to milk cows and bucket calves. So if you look over here, we have Star on the far left, and then we have Milky in the middle, and this here is our lovely Barbie. Don't they have cute names? So, if the cameraman will get in here closer, I'll show you how to milk a cow. So to start off, you just kind of want to massage the teats a little bit, get them used to you touching them. And then you go in and you want to kind of come up and get some milk in the teats. And you want to squeeze and pull down. Just like that. See? Squeeze and pull down a little bit. But you want to be gentle because those are sensitive areas. See, she doesn't really want to let her milk down too much for me, but she will for the bucket calves when they come in, the nurse calves. There we go, there it comes out a little bit. So we really don't normally milk our milk cows. We save the milk for our bucket calves, the calves that don't have a mother and they need the milk cows to get milk and grow. So when we do milk, we just milk a little bit for our barn kitties. So I'll milk a little bit for some kittens that we have in our granary. So I got a little bit, enough for the kitties. We don't want to take too much away from the bucket calves. But a fun way that you could do to learn how to milk a cow or get the feeling of it is take a rubber glove and put a little rice in it or something that'll fill the fingers of the glove, and you can practice milking the rubber glove. Just like this. That's all for today. Thanks, guys.
Hi guys, I'm Kate. This is Pop. Today we're going to be looking at the parts of the hoof. The hoof to the horse is like us walking on our middle finger. We'll go ahead and have a close-up. Okay. This is the underside of the hoof. This dark part out here is what we call the hoof wall. This lighter part here is called the white line. This is the sole of the hoof. These are the heels. These are the bars. And this is the frog. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Hey guys, I'm Sammy and I am an equine student at CWC, and today I'm going to show you guys an English saddle that we put on a horse and the parts of it. So this is a dressage saddle and this is a jumping saddle, and the difference between is this saddle has a bigger knee pad, knee roll, and a bigger seat. So dressage is like dancing with your horse. And then with jumping, it has not as big as a knee pad and barely any seat here for us to sit. Now I'm going to show you guys the parts of the English saddle. I'm going to use my jumping saddle as an example. So we're going to start here, right where the horse's withers are. This is the gullet, and then we have the pommel, the seat, the cantle, and right here where it sits on the saddle pad is the panel. Then we got the skirt here. And if we lift up the skirt, it's right where our stirrup leathers are with our stirrup irons. And it is attached to a safety bar. And we always want that safety bar down. Unless we're jumping higher than 4 feet, and we always want it up. We always want it down. And then here is the knee pad. And then we got to lift up this knee roll, knee pad. And we got billets. We got 3 billets. and we attach these billets to the girth, and we only use the first one and the third billet. So if one of these break, got an extra one to use, just in case. So, that is the English saddle parch and the English jumping saddle. And I hope you guys get to ride one of these one day.